up top of my 70 square foot cabin that I live in. And this is something that I rarely see from these off-grid places or camping channels. You want to see where they're at. And forgot my tripod, but fortunately my arms are long. So anyway, here's my freezer right there, the front of it right there. So off in that direction is my little draw, and then up there is my property. I like to call it my side of the mountain. From the book, one of the many books that inspired me to live like this. That's not my property back there, but I'm able to use it. And then here's my container one, horses, the mudroom, container two, and my truck slash dog house for one of the dogs. And then down there is the cabin that I'm working on. So anyway, hopefully now I can get down this ladder without falling on camera. Woo! It's funny how things are different once you start filming yourself, and you realize sometimes it takes a little more brain power, like being careful on a ladder. But anyway, made it. So hopefully this wind isn't too rough for audio. Oh crap. So not getting a whole lot done really fast, but slowly but surely making progress. And doing better at working out in the heat. It feels good to be outside, but unfortunately it's only like 85 today, I think is what it got to. Okay, I gotta set this down. I gotta turn off my rice. I'm gonna burn it. Might be burned already. It cooked too fast. So anyway, hey, Curly Joe Rivers, thanks for joining. So just slowly but surely making progress, but like I said, also making progress with getting out in the heat. Somehow, even when I lived in town, I just got to a point where I couldn't really endure the heat for some. I think it was because I was using air conditioning all the time. So anyway, I cleared this out. So that's a nice headache to have done. Got all the sagebrush moved. Some of it's sitting there. So I gotta do some more cleanup. But what I'm trying to do is get the place around the cabin cleaned out. Like here you can see there's dirt. It's funny how that works. Okay, so there you can see there's a dirt against the wall. And I gotta dig that out. And I gotta dig it at a slope away from the house. And fortunately it's not too rough. I already took 2 wheelbarrows. It won't take long at all to get that dug out the way I need it. Back here I'm not so excited about because I'm afraid there's gonna be bigger rocks to contend with, but I'm gonna give it a try. If I can't do it by hand, then I'm gonna have to bring in a machine, like a 10,000 pound, 8,000 pound backhoe, which wouldn't be bad because I'd like to dig that out a lot because I want to make that a sitting area in the back. So it gets shaded and it makes a nice spot in the summer when you need some relief. And so anyway, feels really good to start getting it cleared out. All these rocks, a lot of these rocks are flat, so I'm saving them for walkways. Like whatever angle I have here, I want to dig into it and put a rock path down, and then one behind the cabin as well. So I'm saving those. I need to dig out in front, but that can happen after I do the remodel. But for the deck, I need to dig the dirt down so I can put the deck as low as possible, because I want to put an overhang roof over it. And as you can see, I'm not dealing with a lot of height. So that's a way to gain more height by going down. And so next step after prepping around the exterior, getting all of these thorny weeds away, cleaning up, then I can start attacking prepping this. I got to take off that fascia and flashing, which this flashing has worked fantastic. There's never been any leaks inside, and so it's a shame to take this roof apart because it doesn't leak. But I got to take that flashing off, get the fascia off, get that window out, set up the framing for the door, set up the framing for the 2 windows, and then cover it with OSB and drill it in really good so it's all nice and rigid and it doesn't lean any direction, which it's not leaning, but just to stabilize it. So I can take then, once I get that done on the exterior, and maybe I'll finish the front with siding, and then I'm going to go inside and gut it. And I've got a suit and masks because there's rats that have been living in there for years and it's disgusting. So I'm just holding off on all of the interior cleaning until I've got the exterior covered. So anyway, that's what's going on. I might do a little more weed work around here because I really don't like those Scottish thistles everywhere. And contemplating these sagebrush. I'll probably end up pulling them, but I really like the idea of having 1 or 2 of them for Christmas lights when Christmas season comes around, because you can get cheap solar Christmas lights that work really well. And they just turn on themselves. So you get home, you know, it gets dark early, you drive home and the place is all lit up for Christmas. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to summer being over. I'm such a weenie. However, in the evening, it just almost makes it all worth it. These evenings are perfect. Same with the mornings. So anyway, that's what's going on, guys. It's a nice life, really. Not too stressful as long as I stay ahead on the cooking. If I was in town, I wouldn't be eating as healthy because I get so sick of cooking. And if I had a sleeve of Ritz crackers, that would settle my hunger and I wouldn't have to cook. But that's so unhealthy. I say that because that's how I used to sometimes do that. There you go, good girl. Poor girl. Like I say, that's her doghouse. Poor girl's really old, so she doesn't spend much time outside. And it's hard to pick her up without hurting her because she's got some kind of pain. So I got to pick her up just right. And she can't see very well, so I scare her when I get close to her. So that's what poor little Sparta's dealing with on her way out. She's 16. And then Fat Maddie here, she's just sick of me not feeding her. So between cooking for these dogs and cooking for me, I feel like that's what I do the most of out here. And having to run over there to check on it. If I don't put a timer on my food, then I end up burning whatever I'm cooking. Anyway, complaining. But that's because I said in my title, I said outdoor or off-grid living is fun, which it kind of is. And I didn't have any particular reason to title it that way. And so I guess I'm saying the parts that are the not the fun parts. So anyway, hey, house. That's why when I get away from my Starlink. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna gut the place, be able to see how good the studs are, how bad. That wall, even though it's got dirt against it, it seems like it's just fine. So on one hand, I didn't even want to take the wall apart because I don't think a rat has ever been living in it. So I was thinking about just leaving it, but I want to make sure it's insulated good. And I want a wooden finish on it anyway instead of sheetrock. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that's the problem with remodeling, is figuring that stuff out. So anyway, Curly Joe Rivers says, reminds me of the period buildings I saw on the St. Elmo mining ghost town. Oh, cool. Yeah, you know, that's what I found too. I started looking at pictures when I realized that I could make this a little 1800s set here. And yeah, and Jeremiah actually confirmed it too. He agreed. So pretty happy about that. That's why I took that mudroom off, because I really felt like with it removed and a front covered deck could really give it a good old time look. And then if I wanted to shoot, and then I can use it for short films if I get all the other stuff away, which is pretty much done. Oh, in Colorado. Man, I would really want to visit Colorado. I keep seeing stuff there. I think I saw, oh, that was New Mexico, down by Colorado, up by Colorado in New Mexico. It was an Old West movie set. Actually, I think there's a movie set where John Wayne filmed one of his movies in New Mexico near the border. I've been to a ghost mine in Colorado, made me remember that. Cool. Yeah, there's so much history in those other states. That's why I'm not thinking about moving anymore. For a while, I was dead set on moving, and almost sent my horses to stay with somebody so I could go travel. But then I got reinvigorated for my property here, and realized that if I just focus on this and work on beautifying it and setting it up the way I like it, that I have a fantastic place here. But we'll see. I might get a second place in another state. So anyway, looks like I lost all my viewers. I can't tell, or if it's a service thing. But anyway, that's my live stream video for today. I will be back tomorrow. And hopefully I got some progress to show. So from me and Maddie and Namnumkin, y'all have a good night. And remember, life's a lot more fun over on the wild side.